What's up, guys? I am back to bring you a recap on G-Status ATL Hustle Season 1, Episode 9, and it is titled, Let It Play Out, my God. So this episode began at Charlie Exile's listening party for his single pussy cunt, my God. I will say it was great to see Corday again in another episode in this positive, friendly, light, carefree, non-shady space. He was in great spirits, seemed very positive, coming there to support Charlie as well as mingle with the others. And he dropped a hint once again on us concerning a boo that he has. I'm assuming this chocolate boo is the boo that he was referencing from the club last week, my God. But I could not narrow down anybody that fell in the chocolate category who was at the listening party. So we are still waiting to see who Corday is referring to in reference to his new chocolate boo, my God. And he clarified it is not Charlie. He is far past Charlie, my God. Next, Dre Simber showed up again, the new cast member from last week who was introduced. And I'm not sure if I'm going to like Dre Simber or not on this show. Not personally, but on this show, because he's giving me that he moves a tad bit covert. And I mean, not that it's a shady issue, because everyone on this cast is and has been shady at some point, but I wasn't very clear on why he said that Charlie did not dust his shoulders off properly and they had a bad first impression. We did not get clarification on what real issue or what took place between Charlie and Dre Simber for there to be a bad first impression taste in Dre Simber's mouth, my God. Next, we had Akeem showing up again in a positive light. I love that all the villains are now just showing up so positively and encouraging and supportive, my God, with an ounce of shade as well. But they're still showing all sides to them, and we can appreciate that. But Akeem showed up and said he would give Charlie another chance because he was a tad bit turned off. And you guys know that from my interview with him. He was turned off by Charlie, in a sense, co-signing Melanjada's behavior in the episode last week. But he said he really likes Charlie. He loves his song. He's going to give it a chance, my God. So again, I'm happy to see Akeem, who you guys know I'm falling in love with as a character after we had him at our church, my God, to pretty much give us the scoop on who he really is and the insight on what is taking place behind the scenes and on camera in reference to G-Status ATL Hustle. Sherrod said in his confessional that Charlie gives off ballroom kid and not a rapper, singer, nor performer. And I have to, in a sense, side-eye Sherrod because I'm trying to figure out what Sherrod believes and feels is ballroom kid versus not a rapper, singer, nor performer, because when I think about the ballroom scene and how creative and innovative the ballroom scene actually is, many of the mainstream looks, my God, came from the gays in the LGBTQ community who have initiated and established those looks from the ballroom scene. So to critique and say Charlie isn't what a performer nor rapper looks like, I actually have to beg to differ and say that Sherrod is dead ass wrong, because when you are an entertainer and a performer, there has to be costumes, a certain look, some dramatics, because there are plenty of people in the world who can rap and or sing, but it takes you having the it factor and something extra. And I love that Charlie gives us a well-rounded persona in reference to his brand. I believe on this show, when it comes to someone being able to pull off being a solidified performer and entertainer, it is going to be Charlie Exile, because he pretty much, in a sense, has it all together. So that package that Sherrod is questioning as being a ballroom kid baby, that's the same package that will put him on the forefront of stages and magazines because he is coming with his own look, my God, and his look is all the way together and ready to be marketed. Next, we saw in the confessional that December tried to throw some shade at Charlie in reference to Grammy nominations or the lack thereof because of a song being titled Pussy Cunt. I don't think that Charlie's objective in this moment is to be a Grammy nominated artist. I do believe it is probably his desire in the future, but in this moment, he has to be making a mark, taking a stand, being crass or extra or dramatic so people can actually hear and see what he has to say, my God. So I personally believe the title Pussy Cunt is phenomenal. I love the song. I love all of Charlie's songs, and not because he's my buddy and my friend now, but I actually liked his music prior to even meeting him. So I am not sure where this... See, I like shade, but shade that doesn't make sense throws me off because at the end of the day, December could have just said the song is really hot. Who gives a damn what it's titled, my God? Next, we have to address Sherrod and Akeem's opinions on the whole event. I will allow it to be called an event because it was a listening party, and a listening party is an event. Now, I might have to pull back on those words because it's time to call Charlie Exile's ass out, because when you're going to call something an event, it should be done right. And I am rooting for Charlie Exile, but for him to have a listening party, and Sherrod called it out. He said the music was playing in the booth. There was no speakers, no DJ, no nothing going on in the room where the people were, to the point that they actually had to walk up to the booth to hear the song clearly, my God. And that should have never happened. There should have been a DJ, sufficient sound, speakers, or even do those like listening party headphones so everyone could actually get into the music and have the bass bumping in their ears personally, my God, something like that. But for it to be an event, it should have been done a tad bit better. Now, King's opinion on it was he wanted Charlie to be given a performance, my God, have the 8 count and so on and so forth, but that's not what a listening party is. It is for you to just hear the song and or the music. But I do feel like that at least Akeem acknowledged how much he actually liked the song Pussy Cunt. Now, Corday's opinion. This was going to be the moment when I probably fell back in love with Corday, but I'm still on the fence because Corday said that he doesn't dance, he doesn't get it. The song is called Pussy Cunt. He's never heard of a song called Pussy Cunt before. And I think that Corday straddles the fence himself with trying to decide how he wants to come across on camera, because as another artist, as a musician, as a singer, as a performer, I'm surprised that Corday didn't just go on ahead and give Charlie Exile his 100% props about how great the song was, even if you don't dance, bruh. And that's why I feel like he's straddling the fence of who he wants to portray himself as, because later on in this same episode, an event, then we saw in the confessional that Corday said, oh, the song is great, it's a winner, it's phenomenal. So make up your mind, Corday, do you like it or not? And my thing is, I felt like Corday gave a pause initially with his shade because he wasn't sure if in the confessional he was supposed to be shady or be nice and actually enjoy the song. So I feel like when it comes to music, this is where, again, I feel like Charlie's shade comes across differently than Corday's. Charlie, in his conversations to Melange Adad about Corday's music, when Melange Adad was actually trying to throw shade at Corday's music, Charlie himself said, I would never say his music is bad because there are plenty of situations where you may not necessarily like that kind of a music or that person's voice, but then be bumping your head and actually singing the song, my God. So he would never say that it's bad because it's not his style, his taste, or what he prefers, my God. So for Corday to not really just go on ahead and say, you know what, the song is hot, it's not my style, it's called Pussy Cunt, but Charlie is actually doing his thing, I mean, it threw me off because, like I said later on, Corday actually said that. But I feel like the shade came in because Corday said earlier that he at least appreciates Charlie's effort. Charlie has done more than just make an effort, my God, because I will have to say that Charlie's song Pussy Cunt has literally had more spins and plays than Corday's entire EP, album, whatever it is out there. And you can actually research that on your own. Go look it up. You can see how many spins and or plays on iTunes and so on and so forth that Pussy Cunt has had over Corday. And it's not to demean nor bring down Corday, because I actually like the direction that Corday is going in so far on the show now. I love that he's doing a 180, my God. I just want to be fair, unbiased, and critique everything the best way I can, even when it comes down to people that I actually like. And again, I want to clarify to the viewing audience, to the visitors, and to the church. My original faves were Charlie, well, it still is Charlie, and Corday. So whenever I'm going hard on Corday, it's because I'm actually rooting for him to present himself the best way possible, because I know in my heart that if he does not become more likable, it is going to affect album sales. He won't be as great as he could be, because he is a gorgeous man and there is a market for him to, in a sense, advertise and entertain to. Next, we were introduced to a new cast member, which is interesting because I believe we're getting close to the end of the season. So to bring on new cast members, in a sense, is a tad bit throwing me off. But Chrisean Woods is a new cast member. I didn't really catch all that he does because he struggled in his confessional with talking about himself. And this is where I must call out Ja, because I do fault producers for using that as a laughing, joking moment, opposed to making sure that Chrisean educated us and articulated to us who he is and what he's bringing to this show, my God. Next, this whole moment, oh my gosh. I initially liked Milan Jada, especially after our interview. But Milan Jada is putting a sour taste in my mouth at this point, because here we are at a different event, different space, place, venue, so on and so forth. And Milan Jada walks up and speaks to people, then tries to greet Akeem. Akeem chose to not to respond and ignored Milan Jada. Milan got her feelings, my God, and claimed that he was approaching Akeem on some positiveness or positivity, my God. And I will have to call Milan Jada out on that and say that is bullshit. You came to start some mess, because when Akeem was being positive at True Fine's house, your ass was being dramatic and extra and was still caught up on what he did to you in the past. And not to say that what Akeem did to you in the past was wrong, my God, but here we are, now you're trying to be the positive one. No, I agree with what Akeem did. Ignore your ass, because he tried last time, wanted to apologize, wanted to reconcile, and you were still acting like an asshole, my God. Milan Jada, that is. So, once you tried to speak to Akeem, he didn't want to speak to you. You should have kept it moving because of the fact that you showed your ass last time he saw you. So he had the right to want to ignore you and pay you dust. And for Milan Jada to bring up the fact that Akeem was a jailbird, all because Akeem shaded your ass, my God, and didn't want to entertain your foolishness, just drives me crazy. And it's not that they can't bring up messy, shady stuff, but it was such a reach. It was so annoying and disgusting and a turn off for Milan Jada's ass to pull out of the hat, oh, you're a jailbird. Because this bitch don't want to respond to you because you've been an asshole to him in the previous episode. And again, not to negate that he was an asshole to you first, my God. But you cannot have it both ways, Milan Jada. You should have brought your ass to that listening party and ignored Akeem like he ignored you, because you said you didn't want to deal with him anymore, my God. So I'm just over Milan Jada. I mean, I don't dislike her, I don't hate her, but I just don't like the inconsistencies in the behaviors. And I must give props to where it's due. Tramel did warn me and say, Ty, I want timely recaps because the tides are going to change. And I do see that Corday is calming down, becoming more likable again, and Milan Jada's ass is becoming annoying, because there was no reason to go to Charlie's listening party and try to pick a fight, nor attack, nor call Akeem out for being a jailbird when Akeem didn't say shit to you, Milan. Nothing to you from what we saw in this footage. Then December did, in a sense, say in his confessional, he questioned Milan Jada's loyalty because he was the one that informed Milan Jada about Akeem having been in jail. Now this whole flashback scene with December and Milan Jada, which was a tad bit annoying because I don't even really care for this whole scene and how it happened. It was almost irrelevant. First, they were talking about Charlie Exile, or at least Milan Jada saying Charlie Exile does not like or is not feeling December. We still don't know for sure, my God, why they have an issue or if the issue is even real. And December claimed to want to give Charlie another chance, which is why he showed up to the listening party. But again, another chance for what? What happened, my God? And then that whole moment where December told Melange about Akeem having been in jail. Then December looked it up and so on and so forth. Why are y'all so focused on other people's business, my God? If this is your reality, y'all have some pressed and bothered and concerned lives about other people, because I don't see what was the purpose of December bringing the information or mugshot of Akeem to Melange. It was unnecessary. Melange doesn't even like Akeem, so why do you even care about Akeem having been in jail, my God? Then it was exposed that December had charges pressed on him from the state, my God. So your ass was in jail before. So you're the last person to be bringing up somebody else having been in jail, my God, and making light of it. But I will give Akeem props. Akeem actually looked pretty handsome in his mugshot. Akeem looks 100% better without makeup, without the drawn on eyebrows, because he looked good in the mugshot. So y'all know mugshots sometimes are hard to get it right, but I have to give him props for that. And that whole moment was irrelevant and pointless. Why are y'all so pressed and concerned about Akeem having been in jail? Especially because it wasn't something significant. He had a warrant, I believe. Akeem did come here and explain what happened. So it was a boring scene to me, my God. But the scene actually spoke more about who Melange is, as well as December, than it did speak about who Akeem is. And it was interesting that when December was trying to give context clues to Melange, he or she said he's kind of white sometimes. So because you don't know certain sayings and slang makes you kind of white. No, there are plenty of black people who are just black as they can be and don't know all the current slang, my God. So that whole I'm kind of white, but then you turn up and you're from Brooklyn and so on and so forth, or wherever you are, the Bronx, my God. I'm over it. I am over it, my God. And then really quick, before I leave that whole scene, December did say that Charlie gives the look of Prince after he died. That made no damn sense. Prince is a legend. All of his stuff is still current. If Charlie is giving off Prince, my God, I'm not sure how it connects with him having been the Prince who died. So, y'all are so corny. And my thing is, these people are so corny, but where is your shit? Where is your stuff? Where is your music? What are you doing? December, what events are you promoting? What events have you hosted? Where is your stuff? I can't take this show, in a sense, because everybody is so critical of people who are actually doing shit. But the people who aren't doing shit have so much to say. So what are you really doing? Then Sherrod left after being a sourpuss at Charlie Exile's listening party. I'm not sure why Sherrod showed up that way, because I don't think he had a big issue with Charlie Exile. So him leaving, I mean, it was just pointless. His energy was pointless. Granted, he was still feeling some type of way about how things went down at Zafar's kickback, or whatever you call it, his pillow talk or whatever it was. He was still feeling some kind of a way. But at the point that everybody has moved on and you're lagging behind, it's draining and no one wants to see it nor cares about it. I don't know why he was still stuck on that. And the interesting thing is, now Sherrod is a sourpuss. Sherrod showed up, in a sense, acting how Corday used to act at events. So again, Tramel, you're right. The tides have changed. Things are different. People are acting how they were when they were calling out others, my God, who were acting a certain kind of a way. So I'm just over it. I can't defend any damn body at this point on this show, because the characters, roles, and personalities are just running together, my God. Then we saw Tramel and Corday in the hallway. Corday was still being fun, positive, he stayed. Then you had Tramel, who was kind of down because he's tired of the arguing and the fighting and the stupid shit. And I can respect it. That can be very draining. And I know that Tramel is trying to not allow him to be pulled into the messiness. So I do respect that. But again, props to Corday, because I'm so glad we got past the butthole Corday. And hopefully we're on to a new Corday, or at least the original Corday we all fell in love with. Then the producer, who I didn't know was a producer, my God. That guy, I can't remember his name. He went off on Adrian at the Fashion Week situation, my God. He went off on the cast, telling them to respect Ja and saying that they want everybody to give their all, and they signed on to do this show. So make sure you respond and don't be silent. And if you want to leave, just say you're going to leave, and so on and so forth to the camera, because the viewers want to see every single thing. And I do respect his anger only because it is hard to deal with an ensemble cast and so many personalities, and they're putting their money, effort, and time into this project in a sense to promote these people's brands, because reality of it is, in a sense, the production is the last to get credit for this show. The people who are in the forefront are gonna get the publicity, the celebrity, the popularity. So for them to not take this seriously and to come on camera, play their roles, speak up, or leave can be very frustrating. But I will say, for us to have to see that moment was a tad bit unprofessional. I don't think we needed to see the producer going off on the cast. I'm not sure what that was for, because it really was a conversation that should have happened off scene and off camera. But I do get the producer wanted to make sure the cast understood to respect Ja, because I do know and have seen some scenarios where they do kind of take advantage of Ja, because Ja has gone above and beyond to accommodate this cast, dropping them off places, picking them up, doing confessionals at all times of the night, and so on and so forth to accommodate their schedule, my God. So I do get why it was a need to check the cast, but I don't think it was a need for the public to know that the cast had to be checked. And last but not least, Akeem and Milan. Oh my gosh. Tramel, the tides are turning as you stated, my God. Milan's ass still being an asshole even to the very end. Akeem was chill, laid back, not being problematic nor dramatic, said goodbye to everybody, ignored Milan Jadab because of their issues, my God. And then Milan Jadab was still being antagonistic to Akeem, who wasn't causing any issues nor even being focused on Milan. Milan, why are you so pressed at this point? You are looking very pitiful because Akeem has moved on. My God. So that's about it, guys. Please follow me on all social media outlets. Comment down below in the comment section. Thumbs up this video. Subscribe to my channel. Turn on the notifications and share this video. And don't forget, the G-Status ATL Hustle reunion is next week in Atlanta, my God, November 4th from 2 to 6. So get your tickets now. I will probably put the link down below. There's a commercial that happened before this recap, my God, and I'll put a commercial after this recap at the end so you guys can see the info concerning the reunion, and it's going to go down. So I hope to see everyone at the G-Status ATL Hustle reunion, my God. Bye, guys.
Switch up.